What's up, everyone? My name is Brandon,
I'm Ryan.
and this is Brandon and Ryan Game Talk. It's a weekly video game news show where we talk about the biggest stories that are important to us and hopefully important to you on twitch.tv/LairdBrandon, Sundays at 10 a.m. Central Time, posted to YouTube later that day. And yeah, it's fun. We talk about things that aren't video games as well, a lot. So buckle
True story.
up. We're going to go right into sales because that's the most. There's not like any crazy big news, but this news is cool. The April MPD numbers came out. So people are buying a shitload of video games right now. If you didn't know, because COVID is forcing people in their homes, so video game sales are increasing. So what is it? This is from Jeff Grubb at VentureBeat. He did a lot of cool breakdowns about it. So let me try and pick out some highlights. So Final Fantasy VII Remake, Animal Crossing New Horizons contribute to the growth. So April 2020 versus April 2019, total video game sales last year, 846 million. April 2020, $1.46 billion. A
Damn.
73% bump. A video game hardware, 160 million versus 420 million this year. 163% increase. Video game software is not as crazy of a bump. 428 million versus 662 million. So still a lot. And then
Yeah.
accessories and game cards, 258 million up to 384 million. So like
Wow.
it's insane how much it's increased. Like people were gonna buy more and have been buying more because of the lockdown and everything. But like,
Right.
holy
And
shit.
yeah,
That's
and for a
crazy.
million different reasons, but
Hmm.
that's good. I'm excited to see the gaming community increase and like feel like more people will like understand it now
Hmm. Yeah. Well,
since,
because I think people who never really played video games are like, well, it's on a lot of like hobby lists and like what to do when you're stuck at home. So people were buying Switches and buying PlayStations and buying Xboxes and stuff.
yeah, that's impressive.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah. I mean, the business is never hurting, but it does help, especially with like Xbox and PlayStation right now, because they're on the tail ends of life cycles when sales go down, and like they saw bumps because of this, which is nice for them, obviously. So we'll get into some more records after we'll go through the top few. Final Fantasy VII Remake, number one, not surprising. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, number two. Now Call of Duty sells like fucking crazy all the time. Still surprises
yeah.
me that it's that high on the list.
Whoa.
But I think it's a lot of people who have game systems who don't buy games a lot. And they're like, oh, like they buy like Madden and Call of Duty and like Assassin's Creed. And like
They
those are
hear
the
that's
games
what
they
they
buy.
hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I didn't pick it up, or my friends have been playing this since the fall, but now I'm cooped up at home, so I'll buy it
Yeah.
and play with them. That kind of a thing. Steal Gary a Switch. Yeah, if you can find one. They're sold out everywhere constantly. Animal Crossing New Horizons, number three still. Now, also, Nintendo doesn't share their digital sales numbers, so Animal Crossing has more sales in April than this list shows. So this is just physical sales. And NBA 2K20, GTA 5 still crushing on the list. Resident Evil 6, number 6. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, number 7. MLB The Show 20, number 8. Madden, number 9. Red Dead 2, number 10. Now, I didn't notice this, but I was watching a different new video game news show this week, and it mentioned that the Doom isn't on the list at all, which is weird. Like, Doom Eternal came out the same day Animal Crossing did, and it's not even in the top 20, which is kind of disappointing because, like, people like Doom Eternal, like, it reviewed really well, and it sold well, in the month it came out, but now it's not even on this list.
Weird.
Like, that's kind of insane. Like, Need for Speed Heat is number 19 on the list, and Doom Eternal is not on this top 20 list.
Weird. Especially because like yeah, like there's nothing really everything's been delayed, so that was one of the only
Hmm.
things.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, so I thought that was very weird and unfortunate because like I want Bethesda to do well, even though they haven't been making games that I love recently. Doom Eternal, I know that
Yeah.
I'll love whenever I play it, but like Fallout 76, eh. What else have they released? They've released not great stuff besides that. I just can't think of it.
Nothing that's stolen the show, I think, is,
Right.
is what it is.
And
Like,
Doom Eternal was going to be that one that I knew would be good.
yeah,
So let's see
interesting.
what else. There's a lot of interesting shit on here. So dollar sales of tracked video game software increased 55% in April compared to a year ago. We talked about that. It's a new record high for an April month. The previous record of 642 million was set in April 2008.
Nice.
So it's been a long time since an April has had this insane of a month. So Final Fantasy VII Remake was the best-selling game of April and instantly becomes the number 3 best-selling game year to date. Final Fantasy VII Remake is currently the best-selling game of 2020 on PlayStation 4, which is a PS4 exclusive currently. And then, let's see. Final Fantasy sets a new launch month Final Fantasy franchise sales record in both unit and dollar sales. This is a quote from Matt Piscatella from NPD Analyst and stuff. He's pretty cool. Both records were previously held by Final Fantasy 15, which launched in December 2016. So yeah, so that setting records for Final Fantasy is not surprising, but still crazy considering how many Final Fantasy games there are and how well they sell. Especially because it's just on PS4 right now, and the previous record was Final Fantasy 15, which was on PS4 and Xbox One. Doesn't have any interesting facts about Animal Crossing, otherwise there's not much left to talk about.
Lame.
Yeah, Animal Crossing New Horizons is the best-selling title on Switch for the 12-month period ending in April. So for the whole past year, Animal Crossing is now the best-selling game on it.
Cool.
Which is kind of crazy considering Pokemon, right?
Yes and no. I feel like more people...
Probably if you combine them, Pokemon might be more. But I think
Maybe.
they usually do on the list. They combine Pokemon Sword and Shield into one category.
Yeah. The generation as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like more people relate to Animal Crossing. We're like... I think in some small way, Pokemon has a reputation. Like, certain people who aren't like gamers like as hardcore as us see it differently. Like maybe they see it too childish to play.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas now, yeah, Animal Crossing got so much hype.
And Animal Crossing has always been more of a mainstream game. Like people who don't play a ton of video games like will buy consoles and play Animal Crossing. Like one of my friends from Milwaukee, she like only plays Animal Crossing. She's been playing New Leaf up until this one came out, and got the exclusive Switch to play this, and that's all she'll probably ever play. So there's a lot of people like that too. Granted, there are people like that for Pokemon, but I think it's just a broader reach. All the Pokemon players are playing Animal Crossing, probably, and then on top of that, you have all the people who just like those Animal Crossing style games.
Do you know who else is playing Animal Crossing?
Not me right now. Are you playing it currently?
No, but PETA has decided to storm Animal Crossing and protest the mistreatment of digital animals.
What the fuck?
So there's an article from The Drum by Imogen Watson just yesterday. Literally, PETA and people who support PETA are they're like protesting outside the museum in Animal Crossing, and like they posted a TikTok and it says things like "empty the tanks" and "fish are friends," and like literally these players who are like fucking vegans and PETA supporters and animal rights activists are protesting the mistreatment of these digital animals and the villagers and stuff.
It's fucking stupid.
and it posted a vegan guide to the game, how to do things appropriately.
If it's gonna bug you, just don't play it.
It's so
I
sorry.
I just had bears in Far Cry 5 yesterday. PETA wasn't protesting that.
To take out like you play. I know, it's wild. So that's fun. PETA's in there. Watch out, guys. Careful who you add as a friend.
All right. Does Pokemon Go get included in Pokemon numbers? Not in. They're like specifically title based in the NPD, and NPD just tracks sales numbers. There are articles about like Pokemon Go sales and money making, that kind of a thing, but it's not included in these lists because this is just for console sales and like units moved, and Pokemon Go's a free game, so that wouldn't count as like Pokemon Go has sold 100 million units because it doesn't actually sell units, it's free, and then it's microtransactions. It doesn't count. But they do track microtransaction money for it, because I think there was 1 month this year where Pokemon Go made the most money it's ever made. Like they make a fuckload of money. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
But then it's title by title, so like if you look at video game sales lists of all time and stuff like that, Pokemon Red and Blue, they do lump them together, though, the generation they lump together. So like Pokemon Red and Blue has sold this many units, and then Pokemon Gold and Silver has sold this many. I think you can look up specifics, but just for record keeping, they combine the sales for the generation. Continuing with sales, so Minecraft sales now exceed 200 million. So that's crazy.
Wow.
That's the thing.
I liked Minecraft, but yeah, that's insane.
I have only played like the couple hours we played together. Minecraft is one of those games that I think I would get addicted to if I wanted to, and I don't want to get addicted to it, so I don't play it.
Yeah. Yep.
Whichever bought it twice. Well, that's the thing. I think a lot of people buy it twice because like you buy it on PS3 or you bought it on PC, but then you also bought it on Switch, or like I think there's a Vita version, and then like current gen consoles, and yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I've bought multiple games a lot of times. We talked about this before. It's either Diablo 3 or Resident Evil 4 that I bought the most, but I'm not sure. All right, transitioning. New Call of Duty's coming this year, if that surprises you, Ryan.
Kind of. I feel like I thought they would give Warzone a little extra time to get its footing, but
yeah, but that's just a battle royale that's free to play. They gotta have an annual release with the campaign and multiplayer and all that shit.
I guess.
Bought the Java version. Nice. So what is this? We know it's coming from Treyarch, and they've only had a 2-year cycle because Sledgehammer was having issues. So then Treyarch got bumped, which Treyarch was pissed about, I guess. But that's a year-old story at this point. This is from Joe Screvels at IGN. Apparently, it's called Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and will return to the Black Ops sub-series historical setting. Now, historically, I love the Black Ops games, so depending on what's coming out this fall, I might actually get this, but we'll see. We'll see what it looks like and what new gen consoles look like and shit. So,
yeah, I've never done a campaign in Call of Duty.
What, dude? The campaigns are amazing.
I don't know, like, I know we've also talked about this. Like, it's not those typically aren't my style game.
Yeah, they're like playing an action movie and they're short, so you can play through a Call of Duty campaign in like 5 hours.
Right, but that's where like I think I'm getting more into it just based off what I've kind of been dabbling in. So I might try it.
Yeah, and you liked. It depends on which game. Typical. Some of the campaigns are fantastic, and you liked like. Fuck, why can't I think of Titanfall 2? Like, you loved that campaign. That's kind of on par with how Call of Duty campaigns are, minus the Titans.
Yeah. Well, and Gears 5, like, I did get into.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like, I'm a little more intrigued in trying to open up my options. But
there are people who just buy Call of Duty for the campaigns because they don't like the multiplayer, or they buy them just for zombies, that kind of a thing. But, like,
that's
the campaigns are just blockbuster action movie style stuff. Like,
cool.
I love the Modern Warfare campaign's amazing. Black Ops 1's I really, really liked. 2's I don't remember that well. 3's was not the best because it was designed to be multiplayer. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 didn't have a campaign because it had the Battle Royale mode instead, along with multiplayer and zombies. But all I really played was multiplayer, which was actually really fun in Black Ops 2.
I do have Infinite Warfare, so maybe I could just dabble in it.
That campaign I wanted to play because I have it too. Because I bought it when it was like $5 because you told me to.
Yeah. Well, didn't we have like 7,000 copies left over from Black Friday when it came out?
Yeah.
Which,
and
like,
it took forever to sell them all at $5.
Yeah, I remember. Like, we had so many. It was insane.
Yeah, it was nuts.
But cool. Maybe I'll try that.
So I'm hoping this new one has a campaign. I need to actually go and play through the Modern Warfare last year's Call of Duty campaign because one of my friends got it for me for my birthday, and it was fun. There was a really cool level where you infiltrate an apartment building of like some drug cartel members. That mission was really cool, and I think that's the last time I played it, which is maybe halfway through. So I should go back and play through that since I don't know what the fuck I want to play right now. So yeah, the rumor is just that it has a title now. We knew it was coming from Treyarch. Doesn't surprise. I thought it was just going to be Black Ops 5. So.
And they said this year it'll be released?
Yeah, it'll be this fall. There's always a Call of Duty in fall. So
cool.
It will definitely be cross-gen. So there'll be one on PS4, Xbox One, and PS5, Xbox Series X. So we'll see. Probably won't get it right away, considering Horizon will probably be out, and Cyberpunk will be out, Avengers will be out, and hopefully be good. So I'll want to buy that.
And who knows what else they're gonna drop on us? Like what surprises are in the store? Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever is that? There's a couple of those launch titles for PlayStation 5. That multiplayer shooter, right? Is that a launch title? That co-op one you showed me?
Outriders?
Yeah. Is that a launch title?
They haven't said anything yet. That's just like they just talked about the game, But I think
Okay.
didn't we watch the trailer and it said PS5? It had the PS5 logo
Yeah, like it's
at the
just
end of
next
it.
gen. I know. I just don't know
So
when it's coming out.
that one,
This
yeah,
says December 2020, so maybe it is a launch title.
that would be fun
Godfall
to see.
also potentially a launch title,
And
which
that
could
one
be cool.
I'm waiting for.
I hope that's cool.
For that one.
Yeah.
And then all the Xbox ones we talked about last week.
Hmm.
So yeah, we'll have our hands full, I
Yeah,
think,
Halo
for
Infinite.
sure.
I'll be playing that on my Xbox One. Well, trying it at least. Speaking of PlayStation 5, Sony
Uh-oh.
CEO says PS5 games will be announced soon.
Sorry.
So
I'm just so tired of the waiting game.
Sony CEO, this is Joe Scrabble's IGN. Sony CEO Kenichiro Yoshida has said the company will be announcing a lineup of games for PlayStation 5 soon. Speaking of part
God
of a statement
damn it.
about corporate strategy for Sony, yeah, strong lineup of PS5 games.
Is there a corporate strategy to make us go insane?
I think so.
We're into June almost, and we
I
have
know.
nothing.
The rumor is still like beginning of June. There's going to be an event. Hopefully, it's on one
Alright.
of those days you have off.
Yeah,
Your
'cause-
planned E3 days, which is no longer happening.
yeah, bumskis. I'll have my own E3. It's fine.
Right, yeah. You're just crying with the picture of the DualSense on your TV because you've seen the controller and that's it.
Probably. I will definitely set some time aside for that.
They're like, wait, you're not already doing that? It's like a nightly ritual.
Yeah,
Play
you're
my
right.
keyboard
You're
and
right.
cry about the PS5. All right, now we're sticking with some PlayStation 4 news. Ghost of Tsushima dev discusses challenging combat, incredibly difficult samurai fights. This is from Jonathan Dornbush at IGN. He hosts a PlayStation podcast that is very good. If you don't know, Podcast Beyond. So people were not worried. There are people who think games look too easy, and then they complain about it on the internet, which, breaking news, people complain about something on the internet. Ghost of Tsushima's recent state of play offered a brief look at how combat will work. Some new details have just emerged about how challenging the combat is meant to be. So, let's see. Yeah, he explained how Jin can be felled by a few hits, which is who you're playing as. You won't just be able to go in swords blazing into an encampment and take out a dozen foes. They're trying to make a grounded game in a sense, so a couple of blows from an enemy will kill you. The game is very challenging. They have 3 words to describe combat: mud, blood, and steel. They want to honor the lethality of the sword, which is a great word. So it's basically, yeah, they watch samurai movies growing up, which you can tell from the presentation of this game, and people go down in 1 or 2 strikes. So that's ingrained in the combat.
I like that.
It sounds cool, yeah. So let's see if there's something else that's cool. So yeah, you can't just run in and fight 5 people at the same time, which probably is why you lean more towards the ghost gameplay later in the game, just from what they've shown, versus the samurai stuff. So let's see, there was something else. So yeah, there can be a lot of enemies around you, and you have to start using some of those ghost tactics to start augmenting your playstyle, because otherwise 7 or 8 guys around you might be too much to handle. And then there's also, it talks about this, yeah, okay. So one thing they didn't show in the state of play, which they wish they had, the game director said, was the game features duels against other expert swordsmen. So it's like classic samurai showdown. They're incredibly difficult and driven from personality and get solved in the most cinematic way possible, which sounds fucking rad as shit. So I'm into that. So it's like true fantasy fucking samurai shit. You have to study your opponent, understand how they attack in order to win. So that sounds cool. So there will be difficulty in this game.
I like that. I like that. That's going to be like refreshing to you know, not like Assassin's Creed. Like you can kind of take a beating, you know, if you're
right. And I don't think it's going to be to the level of like From Software, like Dark Souls or like Sekiro would be the most apt comparison, because that is kind of the similar setting. Whereas that's just like punch you in the face hard. I'm thinking this is more like once you learn how to be good at it, you'll be able to crush it, which is the same for Sekiro, but there's just a higher learning curve. I don't want a high learning curve like Sekiro, because that game is rough.
It's exhausting to deal with that and put up with it. Take the time.
Right.
Cool. Yeah, that's exciting. I like that.
So that's cool. Ghost of Tsushima is going to be amazing. I'm so excited for it. PogChamp. Yes. So sticking with PlayStation, because we talk a lot about PlayStation on this show. This is from the PlayStation blog. There's a Last of Us Part 2 limited edition PS4 Pro bundle. I'll show it off to you guys. Looks pretty cool. I don't know. It's...
Yeah.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I don't know if there's any better looks at it. The controller seems lazy, personally. It just says The Last of Us Part 2 on the touchpad, and then you got some plants.
Texture? Yeah, I would just call it texture. I don't know. Until somebody releases a hot pink console, I'm probably not going to be that enthused.
The best console in my head is this PlayStation 4 Spider-Man bundle. I love this one. Like, if I didn't already have a PS4 Pro, I would have bought this Spider-Man one.
That's hot.
Like the hot red with the white logo on it. Oh, it's so cool.
That's hot. It's sharp and it stands out a lot.
Yeah, there's another...
Which, like, that's why, like, when I bought my PlayStation, I went for the gold one. Because if anybody who knows me, am a little extra sometimes.
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't want just a fucking... Yeah, see? Hot pink fucking console. Like, Rage 2, Cyberpunk would be good for that.
Also pretty cool. I do like the God of War one as well. If I choose, it would still be the Spider-Man one, but the God of War one is very cool too.
Yeah.
With the runic symbols from the Leviathan and stuff.
That would match my 1X.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we'll see, and we'll see. Like, I mean, who knows what this? Maybe the PlayStation 5 is hot pink.
I doubt it. We know it's gonna be probably black and white, like the controller.
Yeah. Damn it. I just want to know.
Remember what the DualSense looks like. It's this one. It's not this black one. This is a mock-up. This isn't real. This is it.
Close though.
The console's probably gonna look similar to this, right?
I hope it's white. Like,
I like
looking
this
at the
one.
controller.
I like this mock-up. I'd be into that.
Yeah, like that's... Well, do you think that's too similar? Do you think they're going to change it up more?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to look like this, but I like the color scheme with the blue line on it, like that.
Maybe what happened with Sony is they did do it like this, where it's very similar to the PS4, and then they saw Xbox's tower, and they were like, fuck, we got to redo this whole thing.
Oh, there's no way they had time for that.
I mean, they do now, because they're not talking about it, so...
Ooh, what about this one?
Dude, pick a different shape.
The Kingpin from Into the Spider-Verse as a DualSense controller.
That would terrify me. That would terrify. I'm picturing it being like a hologram. His head is a hologram that just talks to you while you're playing.
Oh, God. Let's see if we can find some...
This little Bob
which one
Ross
do you like
emoji
more?
keeps making me think of Krieger from Archer.
Pixel Bob? Oh, I can see.
Oh,
Do you
God,
like this
look at
one
those.
better? Or like this one? I like this one. I like the super hot pink. Like, I have a shirt like this.
The fuchsia, yeah, like the bright, but I think as far like I like down the pink and white. I like the bubblegum
Pink and white.
colors.
Oh, like this controller?
Like the controller, yeah.
Yeah, that controller is really cool. It's weird the buttons don't have any symbols on them. I kind of like that, though, because I know what they are, obviously.
Right? Feel like a boss. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd like that rose gold one up on the top.
This one? This
Second
Pro?
one. Yeah.
I don't like the controller, but the console looks cool. Oh, this is actually a skin you can buy. That's why.
Yeah, I don't do skins. But yeah, that I would
The
like.
clone of
Like
Hitler.
the bright ass pink. The clone of-
Yeah, those look cool.
So sweet.
All right, next story, since we were talking about The Last of Us. So, Twitter implemented this new feature, and Naughty Dog is using it. So, this is Matt Kim, IGN. Earlier this month, substantial leaks for Last of Us 2 made their way online. So far, I've still avoided them, thankfully. So, Naughty Dog is using a brand new Twitter tool to try and at least fight spoilers from appearing. So, it's a new tool Twitter began testing yesterday. This is a few days ago now. But it makes it so accounts can choose who's allowed to respond to a given tweet, even preventing anyone from responding at all. So, like, what is it? A new Twitter Convo tool lets you select who can mention, reply to your tweets. The options include everyone, people you follow, or only people you mention in the tweet. So the latter option makes it so that if a social media account doesn't mention anyone, nobody can respond. So basically,
Cool.
to prevent spoilers from being in the comments, which is where people spoil shit. So if you're looking at news or anything Last of Us related, or even PlayStation related, you got to be careful, because that shit can be in there. So it's sweet that they're able to use this to just prevent anyone from commenting. Yeah, it sucks for
Right.
people who want to be like, oh man, Last of Us looks so cool. This is dope, but that's never what's there.
Yeah.
It's usually announce PS5. Where's the PS5? When are we getting the PS5? Anything PlayStation tweets out, the
So
first
basically, my
comment,
brain on a loop
and
all day, every day.
the first comment is I scroll very slowly because if it's going to be a picture, I don't look at it. But if it's a comment, and it's usually just PlayStation 5, announce the PS5, you cowards. Like, it's a lot of shit like that. When is PS5 coming out? It's constant. It's funny. That's why I like to look at it. But I know I might see a spoiler, so I have to kind of restrain myself from looking all the time.
Careful, yeah.
So remember we talked about the Mafia trilogy last week? And how it was teased? The Mafia re-releases?
Yep.
Are you sure? Are you lying?
No, yeah.
Okay. So Mafia trilogy includes a complete remake of the first Mafia game, which was a PS2 game, so that makes sense. A remaster of Mafia 2. And then Mafia 3, I guess, is just fucking being released. Elias
Just
Sens.
thrown, just tacked onto the end there.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
I
and here,
mean,
have this one too.
it was a current gen game, so that makes sense. They could have fixed some shit, but okay. So we'll get into this because I was talking to my roommate about it yesterday. So 2K Games and Hangar 13 have officially unveiled the Mafia trilogy. This is Matt Kim, IGN. 2K Games previously announced a collection in a short teaser, and a leak tipped the internet off that it was 1, 2, and 3. So the first one is being remade from the ground up, but Mafia 1, the full ground up remake, won't be available until August 28th. Meanwhile, Mafia 2 Definitive Edition is available to play as part of the trilogy and receive an Ultra HD remaster. So that's available now, which is weird. And then it talks more about the first one, which I don't really care about because it's not that relevant right now. So it says it's an Ultra HD remaster that supports 4K visuals. And then Mafia 3 Definitive Edition, it just includes all the post-launch DLC and nothing else changed. So apparently, the 2 and 3 re-releases are like not great. They didn't really fix anything. So like 3 is notorious for bugs. I've heard that the story is cool, so I still kind of want to try and play it. I own it through PlayStation Plus at some point, but I guess it's very buggy. And then Mafia 2 doesn't really look any better from what I've heard. And then the first one isn't coming out until August. So it's just a weird way to release it, and that they're dubbing it as the Mafia collection and these definitive editions and stuff, and they're just still have issues and polish issues and stuff.
And not a collection right off the bat?
Right, yeah.
I mean, unless there's crazy hype for the first one, like if people are stoked,
probably like
and
Dylan's
talking
excited
about
for
it. Yeah.
But it's weird to release as a collection then. Just, I don't know, just release the Mafia Definitive Edition by itself, which they probably will as well, since you can get the other two right now. So I'm thinking you'll be able to buy the first one digitally solo, but they'll have a physical package come August. And that's what it'll be with all three of them, but right now you can just get the other two digitally, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. So you can purchase the trilogy right now, and it'll grant you immediate access to 2 and 3, but you won't be able to play the Mafia remake until August, and a physical edition will be released in full in August, which makes sense. So yeah, that's the thing. So this article, we're not going to go into the weeds because it's kind of intense. I'll just pick out some details. This is Take-Two, which is the parent company of like Rockstar and stuff. So they plan to release 93 full titles in the next 5 years.
Whoa.
That sounds like a lot. So the subtitle, this is gamesindustry.biz, who wrote this? Rebecca Valentine. 47 are expected to come from existing franchises, while 46 are new IP. So
holy shit,
it's kind of insane.
Existing franchises.
They break it down. This first paragraph kind of makes a little more sense. It's still a lot, but like it said, 63 of these titles will be core experiences, including 15 platform extensions of existing titles, 17 would be mid-core titles, whatever the fuck that is, and 13 would be considered casual games. So I'm assuming some of these are going to be mobile games. Probably a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so 47 would come from existing franchises, 46 would be new IP, 72 are planned for some combination of console, PC, and streaming, though. So maybe, yeah, I guess there's going to be a lot on console.
So,
with 7 also available on mobile, and 21 would specifically be for mobile.
Okay, that's better.
67 are paid, 26 free to play. That's still a fucking lot of games at 5 years.
Yeah, especially to make them. Well, I guess I'm kind of picturing like kids games for their tablets. Like are they just gonna throw some random shit out there just to beef up their
Yeah. Well, then also if you think of
network?
it, like so 93 titles. Take Two includes 2K as well. So if you think there'll be a 2K basketball game, a 2K wrestling game, what other sports games does 2K make?
I don't play sports games, so
Yeah, I mean neither do I.
um,
2K
and
sports.
a mid-core title, by the way, is a game that's more challenging than the average casual game, um, requiring strategy and skill.
Okay.
Which I don't know why that's definite.
But so I mean, if it is just basketball and wrestling, I can't find anything else honestly. Then that's 10 of the games because they release one of those every year. So that's 10 of those games. 2K horse racing. But then they have their spin-off like 2K. Yeah, so I don't know. Do you think we get one Rockstar game in the next 5 years? Will GTA 6 be a thing in the next 5 years?
We might get a leak. That's
What?
it. Might just get a leak about it, and that's
Yeah,
it.
that's true. Well, we know what's happening. What else can they leak? The location of it? What's going on there? No Google. I don't want to give you a.
Horse betting? I would totally play.
I wouldn't. That sounds boring. 2K debt collecting. That sounds like GTA, right? You just go around and force debt onto people. And...
That almost also just sounds like being a gamer in real life.
Right. Yeah. All right. On to some cool news. Not that wasn't cool, but kind of. Borderlands 3 Western-themed DLC comes out this June and was announced this last week. Now, I'm going to need your help because this article doesn't mention the other one that you found. So this is
That's right.
Matt Kim IGN. So the Gearbox shared the next series of add-on content. The Borderlands show, I think, was on Wednesday. They do that like once a month. So new endgame content called Another Takedown at Guardian Breach. New story expansion called Bounty for Blood, A Fistful of Redemption, which is the Western one. So we'll go right into that. What does it say? Yeah, it's an all-new setting and a new cast of characters set on the desert planet of Gehenna. Players face a gang called the Devil Riders. Along the way, they encounter new faces like the katana-wielding warrior Rose and brawler Juno. The player's choices throughout the story will have a direct impact. So, like, do we actually have choices? Like, kill this one versus... Yes, Borderlands. We got to get caught up, Kool-Aid, so we can maybe play this one right when it comes out.
Yeah, Kool-Aid.
So yeah, new gameplay additions in Bounty of Blood includes customizable Jet Beast hover bikes used to travel across the desert. There are also new interactable objects that add new combat and exploration skills, as well as Western-themed loot. Like, I want some dope Western-themed loot, so I'm into that.
Sure.
You have the other one downloaded now? You better, because we're playing later. And then, so the Takedown one is free DLC, which adds endgame challenges and shit like that. And then Bounty of Blood, A Fistful of Redemption will be released on June 25th. So that's a week after The Last of Us Part 2. So there'll be a lot going on that week. And probably Pokemon DLC.
Yeah. Man, I don't even want to talk about that this time.
So now you picked out... So apparently they mentioned the 4th DLC.
Yes.
Which I did not see mention of at all.
4.
But you saw it.
So this article that I pulled up the other day, Paul Tassi from Forbes
Okay.
wrote about what you just said, the DLC, the other stuff, the 2 new characters,
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah, with the Western one.
And then they DLC 4, which some people are just calling it Krieg DLC.
Okay.
It was teased in this release of information. Basically just a single image posting about DLC 4.
Yeah,
but they're saying that there have been some hints past about how this DLC will go. People are kind of together. They think it's going to take place in his head. So, like, it makes me think of when you went into Claptrap's head
in the pre-sequel,
for that one
which was
mission.
awesome.
Yeah. That would be fucking sick.
Yeah, like the Claptastic Voyage, like that one was awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like when the DLCs do that, like the Assault on Dragon's Keep in Borderlands 2, where you're in a Dungeons and Dragons style board game, basically. Like, I like when
Yeah.
they do shit like that. It adds more comedy, and they can just like fuck with shit that doesn't make sense because you're in someone's brain or in a game in a
Yeah.
game, you know.
Yeah. So that's exciting. I think they said it's going to be fall, which would probably be the last DLC
That makes
for
sense.
this.
I doubt it'll be the last one because with it's the last one in the like super badass whatever edition we bought.
Yeah, the season. I guess you
Yeah,
want to call
but
it
I
that.
assume they'll do more, like they did with Borderlands 2. They added more story expansions, and then they started doing even smaller ones after, like, more expansions. So, but yeah, that's cool. I'm into that if they like, kind of turn shit on their head like they have with other ones,
Yeah.
which is rad. All right, Borderlands is cool. PlayStation VR got some more news dealing with Marvel's Iron Man VR. So a Marvel Iron Man VR demo came out now, and they announced a bundle, a new PlayStation
Cool.
VR bundle that includes Marvel's Iron Man VR and 2 Move motion controllers and the PlayStation camera, which is sweet.
Cool.
Like, I want to play Iron Man VR, but I don't want to buy a PSVR right now. We've talked
Yeah.
about this before. I want to wait till there's a wireless headset that's better, even though I feel like that's still, 3 years out probably.
A
Because
long ways out.
I don't think they're gonna announce it close to the PS5, just because it's gonna be expensive, and they don't want people to be like, oh, I got to spend 500 on this console, as well as 400 on a new headset. Like, that's a lot
Yeah.
of money. Even if they don't have to buy it to get it, it's still just, you don't want to see that, I don't know.
That's legit.
So yeah, what is this? Yeah, and the Iron Man bundle's $349, so it's like, ugh. Maybe if there's one on Black Friday with this for
Yeah.
like 200,
I mean,
maybe I'll pick it
We
up.
can go. I'll go halvesies on it with you. Go halvesies.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true. We could like split it
share
and trade off
custody
and
of it.
everything.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea, because it's
Yeah.
not like there's anything multiplayer we'd want to be playing. It'd all be
Right.
single player shit. Like this and Moss I want to play, and the Batman one I want to play. That one's only like a couple hours long. There's another one. Astrobot is apparently very good. It's like a 3D platformer in PlayStation VR
Cool.
only, and apparently that's like amazing. It got a lot of like 9s as far as reviews go, and it's only on PSVR. So, all right, on to some. Did you hear about Amazon's new game that they released? Amazon Game Studios.
I knew they were working on a game.
They've been working on games for a long time, and they've only released
Yeah.
like one.
Which one did they release?
They released Crucible. It's a new online shooter. It's kind of evolved into a MOBA shooter, I guess. Because it initially launched in initially was announced in like 2016, and then it had a closed alpha in 2017. This is from Ars Technica. I don't know who wrote this. Sam Makovich. But it's changed a lot since then. I don't know anything about it. Tibril says fuck that game. So let's see. Oh no, that's a different game. This article mentions a ton of Amazon Game Studios games that have just kind of failed. So, well, it was revealed at TwitchCon 2016. Let's see. So it was an action MOBA, but now it's kind of switched to more of a shooter action MOBA. I don't know. I haven't seen much from it. There's too many games like this, and I've heard it's not anything special. So it's free to play, but I don't know. It's only on PC right now. Like, you can get it on Steam. I know that probably doesn't excite you at all, right?
The game does, but PC stuff doesn't.
I don't know. The only Amazon Game
Interesting.
Studios game that I might take a look at is, I think they've been working on an MMO for a long time.
Yeah,
What
I
was it
think that's what
called?
I was. I mean, I knew about Crucible, but there was another one that I've been following poorly since I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Waiting for it.
Let's see. What is the MMO called? New World is what it's called. Is the MMO they've been working on for a long time. Which is in beta right now. So it does have a release date of August 25th, it says now. But I don't know. It looks like a more traditional medieval MMO. No. I want to
Cool
play
with me.
Final Fantasy 14 again, but I'm
We'll
waiting
see.
until they condense the opening game, which they're going to do on the next patch in like a month.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like if I'm going to play an MMO, I'll go back to Star Wars, which I really like, or like I want to play Final Fantasy 14 again because I've heard the expansions are amazing. Also, fuck that game, like the Amazon one, or Star Wars, or Final Fantasy 14. I also like ESO, Elder Scrolls Online. I really like. So are you just saying fuck this game just because it's Amazon Game Studios, or like do you not actually like the fundamental gameplay? Because that's important.
True.
All right, we're getting into the lighter news now. This got announced right after. Yep, Amazon, fuck them. I mean, I buy stuff from Amazon, so I'm part of the problem, so I can't complain that much. So Gamescom opening night. Remember, Gamescom is going to be all digital now, they announced.
Yeah.
Jeff Keighley announced. This was like the day after our show, so I think it was like Monday last week. Opening night live will now take place live on August 27th. A little redundant. And kick off 3 days of Gamescom 2020. Planning a spectacular show that will also be the grand finale of Summer Games Fest. So that's cool. That's probably going to be like a bigger conference style thing where they show more new shit is on that opening night live, and then the next couple days will be the more tech dev presentations and shit, like the PlayStation 5 tech thing they did a couple months ago that was supposed to be at Gamescom. But the first day will be cool. So that's cool. I don't know what day of the week August 27th is. I'm hoping it's later so we can just watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. I don't know if I have anything else crazy. I don't think I have any more news. In an alternate timeline, I would have seen F9 already because it was supposed to come out. Would have had Justice for Han, you know. I know you haven't seen any Fast and Furious movies besides Hobbs and Shaw. But man, F9 is going to be so good. Not related to video games at all, but it was supposed to come out this weekend.
I'm so sorry for.
But now it's coming. See, now you have
My
time.
heart breaks.
We can watch them all.
You know, I am booked
I don't think you are. I mean, if you think about it, all the Fast and Furious movies probably equal the running time of the Lord of the Rings extended trilogy. So like
right. So if I'm gonna,
we could do both. We have to do both.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing, you know.
No, because if I'm gonna set aside time, I'm gonna watch.
But I haven't seen the extended editions, and you haven't seen Fast and Furious movies.
So we'll watch the extended editions, and then we'll watch the extended editions of The Hobbit.
We've done that already. No. It's not a 2-for-1 trade here with watch times. It's not how any of this works.
I'm not alone. I'm not the only.
Yeah, Kool-Aid hasn't seen shit for movies, though. He just started a podcast about how he hasn't seen shit for movies, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, you should get Tyler in on your fucking podcast, because Tyler's seen, like, I don't know, 6 movies. Drives me crazy.
Yeah, but Tyler watches a lot of TV, so, like, he's on the other... Which Kool-Aid kind of watches TV.
True.
He still doesn't watch any Daredevil, which is disappointing. But he watches Stranger Things, so that's good. He watches more TV than I do.
That's something. That's...
No, it's F9. Fast and Furious 9, Gary. Get with the program. I think I'm the only one that watches the Fast and Furious movies. It's disappointing. Out of all you guys.
Yeah.
Just have to enjoy the action and family and Corona by myself. Not the Corona the beer. Not Corona the virus. Just to make it clear. Alright, what else do I have? I didn't even tweet that we were live. I had the tweet ready and I never sent it. Whoops.
No.
And we'll just delete that since the show's almost over. I do have some funny things. First Final Fantasy MMO is FF11, not FF9. I found this Twitter profile that remixes video game music to Shaq playing DJ. Have you seen this?
I have not.
Because I love it. Okay, we're gonna find one. So, have you ever heard the Buck Bumble theme? Was a N64 game.
I don't think so.
No?
Doesn't.
Everyone knows it. Okay. So this whole, well, maybe I shouldn't full screen it because it's not great quality. Let's see. I'll show you guys. So all this article does is called DJ Shaq Fan Account. It's a Twitter site. And it just remixes and edits this clip of Shaq on like the turntables to video game music or nerdy music in general. I think it's mostly video game music, but like
to rock with the biggity back bumper. What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity
so
back
he like
bumper.
loops certain things,
To the
and it's
to the
just
bumper,
Shaq
to
like
the bump to the bumper. Bump to the bump to the
rocking
bump to the
out,
bass.
and I
Bump to
love
the bump to
it.
the bumper. Bump to the bump to the bump to the bass. Bump
Like
to the
sometimes
bump
he
to the
reverses it,
bumper.
but he makes it
Bump to
fit
the
the
bump to the
beat,
bump to the
and it's
bass.
so
Bump to
good
the bump
every
to the
time.
bumper. Bump to the boot to the boot
Also,
to
the
the
bug
bass.
bumble theme
Bump to the bass to
fucking
the
kicks
bass.
ass.
Bass. Bump to the
So
boot
much
to the
time
boot
on
to
their
the
hands,
boot.
and
Bump
I
to the bass to the bass. Bass.
So that's a good one. The Sonic 2. But it's so good, and Shaq is so funny. But he'll like adjust the speeds of it and make certain parts loop so it fits the beats of these songs. And it's so, because you can tell the video will like reverse and come back sometimes, but so it fits the beats. And like you just flipped it there. And,
I like it.
it's so good. So here, I'll mute it now so it's not constantly loud. But this account hasn't been around that long. It's already up to almost like 50k followers. But it's all it is. Like I usually check it like every day or every other day. And it's so good. And like the animation of Shaq playing the fucking turntables never gets old to me. Oh, also I love the cover. The cover image of it is just fucking. So I'm assuming Shaq actually DJs, because otherwise this image wouldn't exist, right?
Or it's photoshopped.
It doesn't look photoshopped. It
Pretty
looks
good.
real.
You never know. But that's cool.
You don't seem that interested, Ryan. I'm kind of disappointed.
I am. I just. I don't know if I would check it every day.
All right, let's see. He is 100% an EDM DJ artist.
Damn.
His music consists of very wompy dubstep type music, which usually involves very loud robotic sounding bass blasting in your face. I'm into it.
EDM. That surprises me. I feel like it's like a
DJ Diesel
diff.
is his DJ name.
Weird. It's like I'm just picturing like. Not that any of you will know this, but like when Garth Brooks tried to become a fucking rock star.
Oh yeah, what was his name?
Chris whatever. Chris
Fuck.
something.
I remember it. I definitely remember that.
And I feel like that's like this is Shaq's other persona. Like,
Chris Gaines. Yeah.
Yeah, like
I remember
completely
Chris
different.
Gaines.
Just fucking.
That was so
Wild.
weird. I remember my mom trying to explain it to me. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's just Garth Brooks. And they're like, no, it's if you don't know,
Lost it.
this is what Chris Gaines looks like. Garth Brooks' alter ego.
So weird.
Not a good look.
It's so weird. What was he? Do you think it was like fucking midlife crisis?
I don't know. And it's not like Garth Brooks needed to change his image because he sold like fucking, he sells crazy records.
Still is like, but yeah, that's fine.
Shaq Space Jam remix when? Maybe when Space Jam 2 comes out.
Yeah.
Which is still happening, I think. There's a lot of images comparing Chris Gaines to Zoolander.
God. Oh God.
All right, that's good.
The look.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
right. Get some blue steel.
That's
No, I
awesome.
don't do good blue steel. That's all I got. What have you been playing? We didn't do that yet.
Still, I've just been playing Origins. I
Assassin's Creed
am
Origins.
a lunatic doing the trophy hunting, trying to finish it. I have been playing in the yard a lot, doing landscape gaming.
That's not a video game, Ryan.
I know, but I haven't had time to
I mean,
game.
we've been
That's what I've
outside a
been doing.
lot. Like we went walking yesterday.
True.
For
Yeah.
a while.
Most exciting for me, I haven't played it, but I'm gonna play it, and I'm super fucking
Oh,
stoked.
I know what you're talking about.
I found Ape Escape 2 remastered on the PlayStation Store, so I bought that the other day.
I'm surprised you haven't played it yet.
So I'm like so excited, but I just want to get the yard work done because it feels really good to like have my hands in the dirt and to have my yard looking
You don't know Ape
fucking
Escape.
incredible.
This is Ape Escape. It's kind of like a third-person action platformer, right? You got to go around and catch
Little
these apes.
puzzly game. Yeah, like
My
solve
only
puzzle.
introduction to Ape
So-
Escape is, I know it's a PlayStation exclusive and people like it, but the Ape Escape character was in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, which Kool-Aid would also know, I believe, because we played that a lot. Ape Escape PlayStation All-Stars. I wish that
But
game
yeah.
was... Okay, let's see what we got. It's Spike. Spike
So-
is the guy's name, that's right.
Yeah, I'll be playing that soon, maybe today. But I'd like to clean up Origin.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, nothing. A lot of Pokemon Go, and we don't really talk about that because it's kind of a given.
Yeah, every day.
So,
We
yeah.
played more because we were walking
Um,
yesterday. I might go and do some community day stuff with my friend from Nashville because he's in town. I still don't know. I got to do a family chat, and I'm not sure what time it's going to be after that. And like, it might rain. I don't know.
No, I heard it got pushed off till tomorrow.
Did it? Okay. It was like,
That's what I
yeah,
was-
PlayStation All Stars was like Sony Smash, but not as good as Smash. Like, they changed the formula, which I liked that they tried to do their own thing, but you don't win by getting knockoffs, which is what Smash is all about. You have to kill people with your special moves, and that's how you get points. Which is fun, and it was really fun. I want them to try again, honestly. Like, I'd love if they did it again. But it sold over 1 million copies, but not enough to justify a sequel. I think they shuttered the studio, which they made the studio just to make that game. But yeah, it was fun. I wish they'd do it again, because man, I'd love a game like Smash that worked online well.
Shots fired.
Yeah. Get it, Nintendo. Somebody needs to do it.
Maybe that'll be Nintendo's big announcement. Is like, hey, look at how they're gonna like crush their online service and be like, we rolling out a whole new fucking.
Not till they get a new
platform for it.
console, I think. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna
Yeah.
make the Switch work online unless the Switch Pro has like a legit Ethernet port. Because like in order to plug in to do internet, you have to buy an adapter, and then
Yeah.
still you're playing with so many people who aren't using that.
You
It's
never.
frustrating.
We'll see.
Mario Kart's the only thing that works well online.
Yeah.
Well, Animal Crossing does too, most of the time, unless you're coding.
But that's like, you're not like lingering. You're not like doing something
Yeah, you're
together.
not.
You're fucking stealing fruit and
yeah,
flowers.
there's no competition there.
Yeah.
I've been
but yeah, so
bouncing
what,
around games because I don't know what I want to play right now. Been playing Far Cry 5. I started that. It's cool. I like it. It's not like super hooking me. We talked about that before the show, I think. I did watch Mad Max Fury Road this last week for the first time since theaters and loved it. So I re-downloaded the Mad Max video game and started that over, which that game is great, but it's a little dated as far as some of the mechanics goes. So I don't know if I'm going to keep playing it or not. Resident Evil 2 Remake I've been playing, but I don't know if I'm going to play more of that. I'm in a weird place. I don't know what I want to play.
I think we can blame the weather. It's nice out, so it's like your instincts in the back of your mind are like you should be outside, but really your gamer
Yeah.
heart is like sit your ass down and play.
Right. I mean, I
So-
haven't wanted to do anything. It's like, I don't really want to go and play Pokemon today. I do, but I don't. And I need to hit my keyboard up because I haven't practiced in like 3 days. Try to do that on the daily. It's been a few days, which I only need to honestly play for like 15 minutes to get a good practice in.
Well, you
I'm having
know,
fun with
my
that. I know.
my
So
my offer
it's-
still stands to come play with Mulch.
I mean, I definitely don't want to do that. That's a hard
Okay, so
no. That's a no.
you
for
know
me.
what you you know what you don't want to do.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a good first
I
step.
for sure don't want to do that. I mean, it would be cool to come hang out and see the dogs, but
You're more than welcome.
Activity.
I mean, I'll mulch. And
then
you
I'd
can-
feel bad though, you know. You've been hanging
Yeah,
in
and then
Skyrim
you get your
still?
workout.
That's
You don't have to
legit.
do anything. Just the word Skyrim makes me jump into it.
I want to play Apex Legends really bad. That is a thing I want to do. So I re-downloaded that,
So do that.
and then, but it's hard for me to play solo. So I'll probably hop in and try it. I tried to get one of my friends to download it. One of the guys we work with plays it, but he plays on PC. So I'd have to download it on PC, which I'd be worse at because I'm not as good with keyboard and mouse because I don't use it often, and everybody else is amazing at it. So that would
Yeah.
fuck me up. So we'll
You
see.
put it back on your PlayStation.
Yeah, I re-downloaded it on my PS4, and then
Well, depending upon if we meet up later, maybe we can jump on,
yeah,
just dabble for a
yeah,
half
depending
hour
on,
or so.
Depending on what time you get on, because I'm playing Borderlands with Kool-Aid at 7. And then what else do I want to play? I was talking about Rocket League But you have Rocket League on Switch, right?
Yeah.
I'm not good enough to carry, but I mean, if you wanna give it a shot, we could be bad together, Gary. But Rocket League, George plays a shit ton of Rocket League, and we can cross-play that. And he wants to play games with us. He only plays on PC.
And Dusty, too.
Yeah, Dusty plays it a fuckload. So I mean, we'd have a full team of 4 with like
Yeah.
me, you, Dusty, and George.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, the hardest thing would be getting Dusty in because of his time, because he goes to bed at like 7.
True.
He works at fucking
I mean,
4 a.m.
I go to bed at 8:30. I guess.
I go to bed at like between 11 to 12. I go into my
Jesus
bedroom
Christ.
at like 10, and I just don't fall asleep.
8:30. Done. Asleep by 9:30.
There's no way I'm going into bed that early. But
I'm also a professional landscaper these days, so I'm like fucking
that's
anyways
true.
every
I'm an
fucking
amateur
day.
landscaper from last weekend. Like I learned how to
True.
do some shit. I can lift things, and push things
See?
around.
That's half of landscape.
Did some digging. I was able to level stuff off pretty well, which I felt good about.
You learned how to build a retaining wall, which
Yeah.
is number 1.
Right.
So.
Being bad at something is the first step to being sort of good at something. So
Exactly.
so how else are you gonna get better?
But
1 a.m. gang. Yeah, you also don't have to get up early though, Tivril. I gotta get up at 6 a.m. every day. Mostly. Or my body wakes me up if I don't have to get up, so I'm up either way.
like me today, I was up at 6 o'clock. I was outside fucking doing shit by 7.
I woke up at like
Thinking
whenever
about-
I texted you, like 6:20, 6:40, and I did not want to be up then because I was up till like 12:30 last night. I fell back asleep for another hour, so that was good.
Yeah, I could have gone back to. I got a lot to get done.
All right, let's get into social media accounts. You are Dark Siren 89 with a Y.
Yes.
Everywhere?
Everywhere. All over the place. Whatever you can think of.
So follow him. He
Find me.
posts cute dog pictures and then pictures of his nerdy collectibles. And,
And
if you're
cute
lucky,
selfies.
sometimes his nipples.
Yes. Amber loves nipples.
Yes.
Um,
Not Kool-Aid's fiance, Amber.
Oh,
A
yeah.
lady
I
that
mean,
we
she
work
might.
with. Well, yeah, she might too.
She
yeah.
might secretly be
That's
into
true.
my nipples.
You right.
And sorry, not sorry.
I usually just
Yeah, that's
post
right.
Workout / outdoor pictures / funny pictures. I was like, what?
Yeah, there's there's fun stuff, and we rib on each other in our Instagram posts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes people don't catch the joke, like when they ask how much shorts.
Yeah, you didn't. You're just like, this is how much they cost. It's like, God damn it.
It's like I already fucking told you, Brandon.
But I am
So-
LRD Brandon on Instagram and Twitter. On Twitch, we are Laird Brandon, and then as well as YouTube, Laird Brandon. That's where you can find our VODs and edits and everything. So yeah, follow us. Give us a follow. If you like the video, like it, share it, tell your friends. We talk about video games. We like questions from people too. But
If you don't like it, talk shit so we can make fun of you on our next
right.
video.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
We're trying to get better, kind of build a brand, build our portfolio. So if a video game company is hiring, we can be like, hey, this is what we do. Hire us to
Yeah,
be
it's like-
personalities, that kind of a thing.
Help us out. Support local business.
Right. Yeah. Local video game news.
So
But we'll be
Sweet.
back next week, 10 a.m.
also, happy Memorial Day, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently it's a holiday, so
I always forget Memorial Day. Ooh, nice. I've been catching up on my Not Exactly Radio.
I need
liked
to do
all
that.
the-
I apologize.
I liked all the new... I've just been listening from the new ones. I'm going to finish the outro, and then we'll talk about Not Exactly Radio more. It's a podcast. Oh, yeah, Benny23 does with a couple of his friends about local and non-local music. It's very great. All right, I'm Brandon.
Ryan.
This is Brandon and Ryan Game Talk. You guys have a good day.